very far away. But today we have a very special guest, David Phillips, delegate for the Rialto City Council 2016, and I'm honored to have you here. I know that you're like a host like me, so I know you're familiar with all the stuff, so I don't gotta go through a lot of things with you. It's easy.
Yeah, we actually had the blessing to have a radio show on here for about 6 months, and it was a good time. So yeah, familiar with the protocol,
Right.
So we're good to go.
Right. I was like, I don't gotta give him so much instructions. He's got this.
I got this.
So, how are you doing today, David?
I am doing good. I wish it wasn't so hot. I wish the weather would get in tune with the fact that it's fall tomorrow and that we could stop with this 100 degrees. I was sitting in the car getting ready to get out, and it was 106 on the thing. I was like, what the? We had the windows open like 2 days ago.
Well, Redondo Beach had the most beautiful weather right now. So it was hard for me to get back here. I was like,
right. Oh yeah, let me rush back to the heat. Let me rush
exactly.
back. Yeah.
The beach.
Let me do that.
Exactly. It was too much. But David, tell us a little bit about yourself for all those listeners that are listening right now.
Well, my name is David Phillips. I am a jack of all trades and master of none. I've done a little bit of everything, and there's very few things I have not done. Currently, I'm a small business owner. We do social media marketing. We have some really cool and fun clients. I mean, a day at work for me is covering a race, or going down to a community event, or getting video of a football game at Eisenhower High School. So it's not a very difficult job. I do something I love.
You love it, right?
Yes, I love it.
I
And working with the community is so cool.
Right.
Doing good things, and I am Mr. Inland Empire. That is my tagline. If you go on Facebook and put that in, you will find my page.
Hashtag.
And we put that's my hashtag too. But
I'll remember that.
We do a lot of stuff, and we're also me and my team. We're also a group of community advocates.
Right.
We do a lot of advocacy. We all started out home in our home cities, and I grew up in Rialto, so we kind of started there, and we've all figured out that if we just do what's in our city, then we never have an opportunity to impact other people's lives that might need help. There's some other cities that didn't have really strong advocates, or had advocates that didn't know how to maneuver through the political system. So
Right.
what we started doing is doing some mentoring, and we've done some mentoring with some people in San Bernardino, Grand Terrace, Colton, and really helped bring the elected officials and city government into just being responsible to the people. That's really what advocacy is all about, is making sure that people are responsible, that the people that are leading us are responsible to
Right.
what we actually want and our desires, not just
Exactly.
running around doing whatever they feel.
Right. And most of our cities, we have different, challenges. Like every city has its challenges, but it is good to have good city leaders that will be able to lead that community to success. So,
Yeah, and I used to be an educator. I was a before and after school child teacher, director here in the Inland Empire. I went to San Bernardino Valley College. I'm actually going to Ashford Online to finish my BA, and I have
never too late, right?
never too late. And let me tell you, if there's anybody out there that's currently going to college, do not stop.
Right.
Finish, because semester break turns into years. For
Right.
me, the first time I stopped, it was 3 years. So don't let excuses. And then I'm so blessed to have a wonderful wife. She's actually one of the coolest special education teachers you'll ever meet. She works for Corporate Unified, the most beautiful woman in the world, and my backbone and my everything, and my two beautiful little girls that people actually started seeing them come around, and they're like, wait a minute, are these little politicians in training? I want to know, these are advocates in training. So yeah, I'm very blessed to have.
You're getting them ready, right?
Yes, have a group of strong women that got my back.
It's never too young to learn.
Nope.
So.
and they know. Like my daughter, she's in second grade over in Rialto, and she's the leader of the environmental team, and she's actually putting together some stuff with her classmates to present to city council about the removal of trees and stuff on Ayala Avenue. So she looks at situations and she's like, okay, Daddy,
They start learning.
let's
They
game
get
plan.
sponges.
She actually said,
Yes.
Daddy, let's game plan how we can do this so we don't have to wait until you win city council. Well,
Right.
let's do it.
Great. And did I miss it? How long have you been here in the Inland Empire?
I basically grew up here. I was a army brat when I was little, so I was born in Nuremberg, Germany, on an army base. But my dad came back, and my parents grew up in San Bernardino, so we basically lived San Bernardino, Fontana, Rialto. I've been in Rialto since 3rd grade, so bounced in and out a couple times, but Rialto's always been home base. So.
Right. That's your home city.
And I'm the ripe age of 38. Don't let the gray hair fool you. I'm not that old, so. Been here
I
a
wasn't
minute.
saying nothing. I was not saying anything at all. I was not going to throw that in. So the big question of today: how did you come into politics?
Well, I've always kind of wanted to be a politician. I've always wanted to sit and I really felt like I asked my dad, he was in law enforcement, and I asked him, why do you do this? Like, why did you become a cop? And he said, David, there's some people that can't protect themselves and they need help. There's some people that need advocacy. There's some people that just can't do it and they need strong people to step up and make that choice. And so that's kind of like been
like guidance, right?
the foundation of like why I wanted to be a public office. And I've worked for school districts. I've worked in public life, serving people, but never in an elected position. And it wasn't until the passing of Councilman O'Connell in June that core group of people came up and said we need a strong community advocate, at the city council of Rialto. So after talking to my wife and
so you've always wanted to do this?
I've always wanted to, but it was just the timing.
Right.
And I really feel like God kind of, all the cards fell into place. Like, God called Sean home and said, David, it's your turn to step up kind of thing. So I am not Sean. By no means am I that man. He is an awesome man. I'm just going to do my best to pick up where he left off and do him proud. So
that's good. So what drove you to run for this particular position?
the community. There's times where we have elected officials that just seem to, we saw it with our water deal in Rialto 5 years ago. We packed out 3 rooms. They had people lined up, hours, people commenting that they didn't think this was the right thing for Rialto. And not only did the city clerk basically toss all of our signatures that we collected in the trash, but they basically told the community, we don't care, we think this is better for you. And here we are 5 years later and we have nothing done with that. We've all had our taxes raised, our rates have increased, but not a single thing has been done with capital improvement. So the community needs someone sitting behind closed doors. The community needs a voice behind the dais, and I feel like I'm the right person to bring that community voice to our city council chambers.
Great. So I've been kind of busy this week, and I visit, and I'm sure you have, because I've seen you there too. And I haven't really been on Facebook that much. I'm like late post
I've noticed
everything.
That. I'm like,
because by the time I get to what I'm gonna post, I am at another event, and then I'm like, okay, no, let me get, So it's just been like exactly. So I have played catch up the whole week. But I have seen some of the stuff you guys have been doing, so I know you've been kind of busy campaigning too.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
But I was at the Guatemalan event yesterday at the town square in the San Bernardino, and it was a very beautiful event, a lot of heritage stuff from Guatemala, so hopefully if you guys missed that, hopefully you guys can make it next year. Also the Mexican Grito, which was in Cal State, I was there too. That was really amazing event also, very well attended. Then we had the skate line event. They also had a Mexican event yesterday, and I wish it would have been more people because it was a really great event. You should have seen these dancers. They were little kids. It was just amazing. I'll post a video. Like I said, I'm late on posting a lot of things. My phone, I've been having difficulty because I dropped it and now it's freezing and the battery's overheating.
Dropping the phone. Nobody ever wants to do that.
Not me. Okay.
I would die if my phone broke.
Exactly. I'm like, I need a tablet now to back it up, so that way
you need a backup.
It's
yes.
Exactly. So late posts everywhere, but when we come back, we are going to talk a little bit more with David in regards to the challenges he's facing or that he will face in this campaign coming up. And we know that the voting is close by, it's around the corner. So when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more. Stay tuned. Inside Politics with your host, Carla Quebec.